In the year 2274, scientists at the Lunar Deep Space Observatory detect an unusual signal emanating from a remote, uncharted region of the galaxy. Initially, it appears to be little more than a faint, pulsing pattern, a rhythmic, almost musical sequence unlike any naturally occurring signal they've encountered. At first, researchers consider the possibility of it being cosmic interference or an artifact from a dying star, but the repeating structure and distinct variations suggest otherwise. Over the following weeks, further analysis reveals that the signal follows an intricate mathematical sequence, impossible to be the result of random cosmic noise. Excitement sweeps through the scientific community, as this may be the most significant discovery in human history, a potential sign of intelligent extraterrestrial life. The team pinpoints the source to a small, inhospitable planet designated RA-85, situated on the far reaches of a largely uncharted system. Data from past flybys indicate that RA-85 is a barren, desert world, devoid of vegetation or any detectable life. Yet the signal persists, pulsing steadily like a distant beacon reaching across the void, as though waiting for someone to notice. The leading minds debate the origins and purpose of the signal. Some speculate it's an interstellar distress call, while others argue it could be a relic of an ancient civilization, broadcasting across millennia. Dr. Nathan Carrington is no ordinary scientist. As one of Earth's foremost archaeologists specializing in extraterrestrial civilizations, he has spent his life chasing the elusive dream of proving humanity is not alone in the universe. His career, spanning over 3 decades, has taken him to distant planets, moons, and the forgotten ruins of lost colonies, always on the hunt for any trace of intelligent life beyond Earth. With a reputation for resilience and meticulous research, Carrington has often gone where few others dared, exploring environments so hostile that they would test even the most advanced equipment and well-trained teams. When the signal from RA-85 is detected, the Research Council immediately selects Carrington as the primary investigator. The choice is clear. His vast experience in decoding ancient symbols, piecing together fragmented histories, and surviving the galaxy's harshest landscapes make him the ideal candidate. Armed with cutting-edge equipment and a single-pilot exploration craft, he sets out alone, prepared for whatever might await him. Carrington's journey to RA-85 is one of both hope and skepticism. Over the years, he's learned not to let excitement cloud his objectivity, having been disappointed before by signals that turned out to be mere anomalies or naturally occurring phenomena. But something about this mission feels different. After days of scanning RA-85's arid landscape, Carrington's equipment finally picks up a faint anomaly beneath the endless sand dunes. As he follows the reading, the desert stretches on, harsh and desolate under the relentless glare of the planet's twin suns. He digs methodically, layer by layer, bracing himself for what might only be geological debris. But as he works, the sand begins to reveal hints of something more: solid structures, metallic surfaces, intricate carvings coated in dust. As Carrington clears away the sand, he realizes he's uncovered the peak of a structure. He excavates further, gradually uncovering the upper reaches of a massive cityscape, buried as if frozen in time. Towering spires rise from the sands, carved with unfamiliar symbols and designs, their surfaces gleaming with an eerie, undulant light. It's as if the metal itself possesses an inner glow, pulsating faintly with a life of its own. The architecture is unlike anything he's encountered, graceful and otherworldly, its curves and angles hinting at an aesthetic beyond human comprehension. Exploring further, Carrington finds statues carved from the same mysterious metal, depicting tall, slender beings with elongated heads, large, expressive eyes, and serene expressions. They appear almost meditative, as if captured in a moment of deep thought. The statues are arranged with purpose, forming a path deeper into the city, as though guiding visitors towards some unknown center or sanctuary. On the surrounding structures, he notices hieroglyphs etched with incredible precision, too advanced for their age yet unmistakably ancient. It's a city unlike any Carrington has ever seen, suspended between beauty and decay, a ghostly testament to a lost civilization that once thrived on this now barren world. As Dr. Carrington delves deeper into the alien city, the cryptic hieroglyphs and murals tell him the story of the beings who once inhabited this place, a civilization known as the Seraphar. Through meticulous translation and study, he pieces together glimpses of their culture, their values, and the extraordinary achievements that defined their time. The Seraphar, as he learns, were not only technologically advanced, but profoundly spiritual. They saw themselves as stewards of the galaxy, believing in an intricate balance between intellect and emotion, between the physical and the metaphysical. Their society revolved around a concept they called cosmic unity, a binding force they believed linked all life forms across space and time. The Seraphar excelled in nearly every domain imaginable. They harnessed the energy of stars, mastered interstellar travel, and developed technologies capable of reshaping entire ecosystems. But rather than exploit their knowledge for conquest, they used it to sustain the equilibrium of worlds under their care, preventing any one species or system from disrupting the galactic balance. Inscriptions detail their philosophical pursuits, their reverence for life in all forms, and their pursuit of wisdom beyond what science alone could offer. To them, knowledge was sacred, a gift to be protected, nurtured, and shared only with those deemed ready. Yet, the hieroglyphs hint at a turning point, a terrible event that shattered their serene existence. At the peak of their influence, the Seraphar encountered an unknown, devastating force. The texts refer to it as a cosmic darkness, a consuming entity capable of draining entire stars of their light and leaving worlds as barren husks. It swept through galaxies with ruthless precision, and the Seraphar, despite their might, found themselves unable to counter its destructive power. Carrington reads on as the story darkens, with hieroglyphs describing the Seraphar's grim choice. To protect the galaxy, they sealed themselves and their technology away, encasing their cities on remote planets far from inhabited systems, hoping to contain the darkness by hiding their existence. As Carrington continues translating the ancient hieroglyphs within the hidden city, the tone of the inscriptions grows ominous. It becomes clear that the Seraphar's final acts were not just a retreat from the unknown entity. They were a deliberate attempt to entomb a terrible threat. Detailed warnings line the walls of what appears to be a central sanctum, their meanings conveyed in stark, urgent symbols. The Seraphar knew that simply hiding or containing their knowledge was not enough. They feared that their civilization's secrets could one day fall into the hands of others, inadvertently setting loose the very darkness they sacrificed themselves to contain. One panel, intricately engraved and stained with what looks like mineral deposits from the ages, describes the entity as something ancient and unyielding, an intelligence that defied understanding. It wasn't just a force of destruction. It was sentient, a devourer of stars that fed on energy and sought out the most luminous objects in the universe. The Seraphar feared that any attempt to harness their technology might serve as a beacon, drawing the devourer from its slumber, reigniting its relentless hunger. The warnings emphasize that this entity is not bound to the material plane alone. They believe it could sense intentions, feeding off ambition, hunger for power, or even mere curiosity. The Seraphar inscriptions paint a picture of a creature whose existence defied natural laws, a force that didn't merely consume, but altered everything it touched, leaving traces of chaos and despair in its wake. With this in mind, they devised elaborate safeguards to bury their knowledge, knowing that if disturbed, the entity could awaken once more. Carrington studies a particularly chilling passage that warns of a ripple effect. It suggests that certain actions, even the detection of certain frequencies, could stir the creature from its dormancy. As Dr. Carrington stands amid the ruins of the Seraphar city, the weight of his discovery presses down on him, almost as tangibly as the desert sands above. He knows he is the first human to uncover this extraordinary civilization, a civilization that could rewrite everything humanity knows about the galaxy and its history. The knowledge encoded within these ruins could unlock technological advances, philosophies, and insights so far beyond anything on Earth that they would catapult humanity into a new era. But as he rereads the warnings etched into the walls, the magnitude of the danger becomes undeniable. The warnings from the Seraphar speak of a force that can detect even the faintest trace of those who seek it. By uncovering this city, Carrington wonders if he has already risked disturbing the Devourer. He imagines what would happen if this entity were unleashed upon the universe once more, a force capable of consuming stars, reducing entire worlds to ash, an intelligence beyond comprehension. The consequences of awakening such a threat would be catastrophic, not only for humanity, but for every world and species in the galaxy. He ponders his options. If he documents his findings and transmits them back to Earth, it could place untold power into humanity's hands. There would be those eager to excavate the site further, mining it for technology, or even attempting to weaponize it. The history of Earth's civilizations has shown Carrington all too well how power, no matter how carefully managed, tends to invite greed and exploitation. By broadcasting the signal, he risks attracting not only Earth's attention, but potentially the ancient darkness itself. But on the other hand, to leave the site undisturbed, to walk away and erase every trace, would mean burying the Seraphar's legacy once again, hiding away what they sacrificed so much to protect.